Hey, Deborah.
Hey everyone!
Where are we?
Fans. We are in front of the Supreme Court, and we are waiting in line to see the Supreme Court in oral argument.
What's the case?
Snyder v. Phelps.
And what is it about?
It is about whether church members in Kansas were allowed to protest at the funeral of a deceased soldier. They held signs that contained some slogans that were offensive to a large segment of the population.
A little bit vitriolic?
A little bit there. And the father of the soldier sued them for damages.
Well, I'm just checking out some of these signs. So imagine this, but at a funeral of military personnel. And that's exactly what we're dealing with in this case. Whether or not people can protest with such signs at military funerals, and we'll see how the court comes down on this. So Deborah and I are back at the rack. Our morning was a little less successful than anticipated, but still very good.
Unfortunately, we were not able to make it into the entire oral argument for Snyder v. Phelps. We had about 110 people ahead of us, even though we were there not so bright but very early, just before 5 a.m. But we were able to make it into the 3-minute line, which lets you see 3 minutes of the oral argument. It was a great 3 minutes. We got into some really great conversations with the people we were in line with, some law students, some people who had traveled from different areas, and we did see some protesters, people who had signs more in the vein of the signs that were present at the military funeral, the signs that are in question, and also some counter-protesters espousing
From American University.
Right, espousing some different messages. So that was definitely interesting to see the interactions between the two. It gave us, I think, a different experience than we would have had waiting for any other oral argument.
And in the 3 minutes that we did see, it was still very interesting because we saw from a wide range of the ideological spectrum on the court, people asking probing questions. And what I was really struck by was that it seemed that every single justice, down to Breyer, Ginsburg, Scalia, everyone seemed skeptical that this is the sort of speech that should be protected by the First Amendment. And so it'll be very interesting to see the way that this decision comes down, if there's going to be a new exception carved out for First Amendment protections.
So definitely keep checking back with us, especially in May or June. That's when the opinion in this case should be handed down. We'll see exactly what those implications might be if it is a landmark case, as Jonathan suggested that it could be, and as what we encountered today suggested. We will definitely be posting on the RAC blog when that opinion is handed down. So definitely keep checking back with us.
Yep, sign up for our action alerts, keep watching the blog, and we'll be in touch with you.
Thanks for tuning in.